Hey guys, this is a weirder video today. My arm's a bit worse than it has been, so I just don't have it in me to do a He-Man figure. So I pulled out some things I've been wanting to talk about. Called this the Oddball G1 Roundup. Just a handful of things that I've been wanting to talk about, from Minibots to brochures to erasers. And we're just going to go over all that today, because I think these things are cool. I don't think that they justify having their own review, but there's a lot of tiny details I think are interesting. Why don't we start with that big pamphlet right there, because that's really what made me want to do this video. So, this is from the Commander of Stars promotion. This would have been out around 1986, 1987. Basically, this was how they were going to incentivize you to buy multiple Transformers, because it would give you points that you could then send away to get new characters. So let's read this promotional blurb. You have been chosen. Ultra Magnus has selected you as the next STARS, the Secret Transformers Autobot Rescue Squad, Commander. It is a great honor and a great responsibility. You accept the challenge and you begin your training with Ultra Magnus, the Autobot City Commander. He speaks. As the Commander of Stars, you must know more about the Transformers, more than any ordinary human. You must know the power and the weakness of both Autobots and Decepticons, as though you were a Transformer yourself. See Transformers offers inside. I like this, and you got like the cool toy art of Ultra Magnus. Here on the back, you can just see you could always get the Omnibots. Special value, order downshift, camshift, and overdrive together and save $250. And you can see these guys were $5 plus 2 robot points. The Omnibots were always doing this. I also love this. Important. The fallen 3 Autobots are destined to fight in a war in another universe on March 31st, 1987, unless you order them before that date. How scummy. Like, literally, it's like, hey, these guys are going away. You might want to buy them now. You might want to buy them now. So, when we actually open up the pamphlet, again, I'm doing this one-handed, so we're trying here. You can see that they actually had some good bots that you just couldn't get on stores anymore. So the first guys you could get, Reflector and Thundercracker. Thundercracker was $10 plus 2 points, same with Reflector. And then you could also get Ratchet or Mirage. And you gotta make sure you point that out, not available in any store, these guys. You also had a couple of VHS sets you could get, as well as, I think, a tiny playset. Yep. Okay, so right here. This completes the first phase of your command training with Ultra Magnus. The Autobot City Commander has returned to the Ark until your next training session. Now is the time to requisition those Transformers you wish to be a part of your command. Make your request by filling out the attached requisition form and send it to Ultra Magnus. Add these videotapes to your requisition. You'll be able to study the raging Autobot-Decepticon conflict over and over again, whenever you want to. You could get the Ultimate Doom, which is a good 3-parter, or SOS Dinobots. Okay. Well, that's only a 2-parter, so I hope you got another episode in that. And then, yeah, you absolutely got a Transformers Command Center playset. That's what that cardboard display is. And then back here, this is the part that I'm so happy is still here. You still have the form you'd fill out to send. And you can see you could get all these different guys, and you'd put your money, child's name, the address, city, and, oh! There were more bots you could get. You could also get Sunstreaker or Wheeljack. This is a big reason as to why you can't get these two guys anymore, is because the molds were discontinued so quickly, and then they were completely abandoned. Like, that's the messed up part, right? So let's just run through this list, right? Reflector has never been re-released because they lost the mold. Ratchet, I think, got a re-release very early on in, like, the Japanese reissues, but not again. Mirage, never reissued. Sunstreaker, never reissued. Wheeljack, never reissued. The only character here who had multiple reissues was Thundercracker, and that's just because the Seeker body got re-engineered. It's kind of wild to think how back in the day, this was the excess stock. These were the characters they couldn't sell, which is why they die in the movie, which is why they're also here in the promotional giveaways. But nowadays, they're some of like the most requested and wanted of all the G1 toys. So I'm really glad that I have this. I actually got it with my Misfire, so it's great. One of my favorite G1 toys also came with one of my favorite little things just to go through, this very old toy brochure. But we've been looking at toys. Why don't we look at a couple of the figures I want to talk about today, too? Got two of my absolute favorite Minibots here, Tailgate and Cosmos. Tailgate just always looks so good. This is the Walmart reissue that came out in like 2019, but the colors are still really, really solid, and I love the head sculpt. Really nice G1 head sculpt, especially for a Minibot. And of course, you have the rub sign back here, so let's rub and just make sure he's a good guy. You never know. Oh, one sec. Yeah, the rub sign's working. It's just faint. You can see, Autobot. And then the real reason why I'm reviewing these today is I can actually transform these guys with only one hand, which is great. Really love Windcharger / Tailgate's alt mode. A great transformation. Good looking car. Back in the G1 days, these were rubber tires. Nowadays, they're just plastic, but still pretty cool. I love the big wheels in the back. Such a great little detail from the old Microchange line. I'm really excited because I actually just bought Missing Link Cliff Jumper. I can't wait for my arm to heal up so I can actually review him because, oh my god, that guy looks so good. Can't wait to have that Cliff Jumper in my collection properly. And then here's Cosmos. My Cosmos, poor boy, his paint's starting to come off his face, but I love this too. Look at him with his big eyes. Oh, man. Cosmos is always one of those guys where it's like he'll never be like my top 10 favorite characters, but I'm always happy when he pops up. He's like, if you're a Simpsons fan, he's a lot like the Sea Captain, where it's like he's never going to be my favorite, but God, I love it when he just pops in sometimes. And if you want to transform him, it's just boop. And then we're going to bring up his stompers. Boop. Oh, just a little bit stiff on mine. And then bring down his arms like so, and then we'll collapse that in. UFO mode. God, I love it. Cosmos has such a good UFO mode, too. Like, pound for pound, Cosmos might be my favorite Minibot. It's between him, Beachcomber, and Brawn, just in terms of, like, toys. But, yeah, you can't get much better than Cosmos. I adore this little guy. And then you got the two of them right here together, looking perfect. That just leaves these final things I want to talk about. So, this is from Memory Lane Toys and Comics. That is a really cool collectible nerd shop that is, I think, in Marietta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. And I got these erasers because I bought so many Transformers from them. They just kind of threw these guys in for free because I saw them and I thought they were cool. But you can see 1985, Hasbro Bradley Inc. And we got really nice little long haul. And yeah, just a simple eraser. You can see a little bit of paint damage, but I think this is so cool. Long Haul is not my favorite Constructicon, but he has a great design, and seeing him like this, it makes me wonder, like, did they do all the Constructicons? Because I'm willing to bet they did at least Devastator. I would kill for a Scrapper. And then you got this guy. And my favorite thing about this is, I know who it is, right? It's Skywarp. But, like, with the no black, this is just a white, yellow, and purple Seeker, and it's actually a really nice color scheme. It's almost like Shattered Glass Starscream, but with more purple and a little bit of gray. I would love to see this just on, like, a proper Seeker someday. Like, maybe if they want to do, like, a Generation Selects Eraser Skywarp, I think this would look really nice using, like, maybe the Earthrise mold and giving, like, the Ramjet guns to have the big, bulky guns. Ah, man. I love this thing. Of course, I would have preferred Thundercracker Scrapper. I do think it's really funny that, like, I got erasers, and they're both, like, adjacent to my two favorite G1 Decepticons. You know, I didn't get Scrapper, I got Longhaul. I didn't get Thundercracker, I got Skywarp. But they're really cool, and I'm so happy to have them, because they're just a weird oddity, and because that, they're some of my favorite things in my collection, because there's nothing else really like them. Yeah, I'm sure you guys realize this. It's a very different kind of video. Not really the type of reviews we usually do, but I want to talk about Transformers again. It's been a long time since I've been able to sit down and shoot a review with them, and I hate that my arm is still not in a good enough spot to where I can talk about some of the cool new guys I've been able to pick up. So this was a great time to just look at some of the things that are not really able to be put into a review by themselves, and just have a good time. A couple of Minibots, a couple of erasers, and a really cool brochure. There's worse ways to spend about 10 minutes, I think. I'm really glad I was finally able to make this video. And hey, maybe my arm will heal up before too much longer and we can get back to the normal grindstone.